Hello and welcome back to some more F1 25 and another part of our My Team career mode with Toyota. Today we are back with the season finale. This is the final race of the season in Abu Dhabi. We're in a fight with Kimi Antonelli for 8th in the championship, which I think would be a great first season back in the sport for Toyota. We're guaranteed 5th in the Constructors Championship. Again, I think we've done a really good job. Got some great points on the scoreboard. And in general, we've been very consistent. In fact, there's only one Grand Prix other than China earlier this season where we failed to score, and that was Baku. Every other race we have managed to score points in it. We've been very consistent. You know, recently, of course, we've maybe not had the performance of some of the other guys, but in a really, really great shape, and it's a good platform ahead of next season when we're upgrading our drivers to Nico Hülkenberg, who is joining us as our first driver, and then George Russell is joining us, and he will be our second driver, of course. Nico Hülkenberg is going to be spearheading our attack to try and win the World Championship. George Russell has been in amazing form in the second half of the season. Since Baku, he's only had one non-top 2 finish, and in fact he's finished in the top 5 every race since Hungary. Didn't have a great start to the season. Mercedes were definitely struggling early on, and Antonelli was seemingly getting the better of Russell up to about Miami time before Russell really started to turn it around at Imola. And he's had a great season. He's going to finish P4 in the championship more than likely, but he is still technically in a three-way battle with Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton on that one. He can't quite reach Yuki Tsunoda. And this is going to be Tsunoda's last race as well, as he is retiring at the end of the season. Max Verstappen has been incredibly dominant all year. Until recently, he'd won pretty much every race that he'd finished, other than Belgium, which was, of course, Yuki Tsunoda overtaking us on the last lap. But yeah, it's just been one of those seasons that's been absolutely crazy. Verstappen hasn't won any of the last 3 races, so he'll be looking to finish the year on a high, winning his 5th world title in a row. So without further ado, let's get ourselves into qualifying then and see how we get on. Car has been feeling good this weekend. We'll see how that transpires into performance.
Welcome along, everybody. It's the fastest day of the week, qualifying Saturday, and we're here in Abu Dhabi.
Here we come at the start of Q1, up to the line, and that is P3. Just behind Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. Pretty good lap time, to be honest. Looking at that, you know, you could maybe do 2 laps on these tyres. They're not taking too much punishment on these laps. So that is something to think about, possibly for Q3. Maybe you want to get your eye in with a lap and then take it further, but it does look like you get a lot of performance out of the fresh rubber. But nice to be right up there, you know, the McLarens, Mercedes, Max Verstappen, that's the sort of region we're at. Charles Leclerc's right up there as well. Antonelli and Hamilton just a little bit slower, but we are through to Q2, and we can be very happy with that. Did Colapinto make it through? No, he did not. Only 17th. Wow. In his last ever race for us. He is out in Q1. Nico Hülkenberg out in Q1 as well. He'll be hoping for a much better season next year in a car that can actually do better than 19th. Come up to the line in Q2. It's a 1:23.2. That puts us P5 for now, so not the best time, but probably should be enough to get through. Wasn't our absolute pace, but yeah, very much up there with these guys. 1:22.2 from Max Verstappen, though. That's looking quite unbeatable, really. But yeah, I think we should be through. I can't see anybody or too many people displacing us to get through to Q3, and we do get through. nice and easily in the end. Lando Norris is out in Q2 though. That is a big shock. Yeah, he'll be very disappointed with that. So yeah, let's see how we get on in Q3 then. Okay, here we come then into the final corner on scrub tyres. Let's see what we can do at the start of Q3. It's 123.8. That puts us into 9th position at the moment. Can certainly do a lot better than that on our second run. We'll certainly hope to do a lot better than that on our second run. Brand new, fresh tyres are coming. But yeah, will we be able to put it all together? That's the question. Here we come then. This is the ultimate lap. We've got a fresh set of boots on. We are one of the last drivers over the line. The track is at its absolute best as we head into our final lap of Abu Dhabi qualifying, our final qualifying lap of season 1 with Toyota. Decent first corner, and we head through the first sector unscathed. This is pretty good. This is what you want to see through that first sector. Decent first sector, one that is definitely showing an improvement. 3.5 tenths quicker than George Russell through that first sector. We're going to use a little bit of ERS on this straight just to give us the best possible chance here as we now head round. Max Verstappen has gone even quicker than he normally does. Going to use the ERS through this section here, move it down to 35%. That is pretty good. It's not purple though, but we're slightly quicker than Oscar Piastri in 6th place, still looking to find more speed, particularly through this final sector. Keep it neat and tidy. That's the order of the day around here. Not much time to be gained by absolutely flooring it through these corners, but final corner now. Nail the final corner and you will succeed. We come across the line, and where is that going to put us? It's P6. That's a very, very decent qualifying position for the final race of the season. We will settle for that. That was a good lap, and certainly our fastest of qualifying.
Complete,
a 122.6.
We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
And yeah, there was no real chance of getting much higher than that. In fact, Kimi Antonelli out-qualifying George Russell in his last race for Mercedes. Yuki Tsunoda just behind his teammate Max Verstappen, who takes pole position for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Welcome to the Yas Marina circuit for the finale of another thrilling Formula One season. It's been a breathtaking year, and we end it at a track that's been the scene of many glories and heartbreaks over its history. It's time to end the season in style. It's time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The Yas Marina circuit is made up of 3.28 miles of track, featuring 16 corners with 2 very long straights. DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both Turn 5 and Turn 7 offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have O'Sullivan, Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly and Antonelli, Hadjar, Lawson, Colapinto and Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Nico Hülkenberg and Sainz, Stroll, Norris, Ollie Behrman and Esteban Ocon, Doohan, Bortoletto, Leclerc and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Here we go then, Ant. Final race of the season. One more dance around the racetrack and plenty of opportunity to show out there that you've still got the quick step.
Yeah, a lot of races to cover these days in Formula One, Crofty, as you well know, doing them all yourself. But it's the same for the drivers. It comes at you thick and fast, and you've got to pace yourself as well to get to this point in the season. If it has gone your way, it's a great time to just enjoy it. There's nothing that can change in the championship pecking order, of course. If you've won the championship already, go out and enjoy this race and send yourself off through the winter break. If it's been a bit of a year to forget, you can try and take a bit of solace in this Grand Prix, end on a high, and carry that energy into next season.
Right, it's been a long, hard season. We're almost at the end, but we cannot switch off until after that checkered flag today. Let's try and end today's race on a high note.
Well, I am thinking we want to probably try and do something similar to what we did in Qatar around here. Get some clear air and see what we can do. A 9:11.9 looks pretty good. I think that's going to be the strategy to be on. Obviously, we can adjust, and if tyre wear is looking pretty good, then we could always see how we get on after the first 10 laps or so. But virtually all of the grid have had a penalty. Obviously, we've got Verstappen leading the way. We got Russell in P2. Tsunoda's behind us. He had a penalty. Gasly is behind him in P5. Colapinto's in the top 10 despite qualifying 17th. So it's a mixed up grid. It's going to be a pretty crazy Grand Prix, I feel. I'm intrigued to see if anybody has gone for hard tyres first up. Yes, the two Haas cars have gone for the hard tyres first up. But yeah, I quite like the idea of a two-stop strategy here. Again, you don't want to really be caught in DRS trains, and you want to have your own clear air to perform around here. And certainly with this mixed-up grid, we could find ourselves having a decent amount of field spread, and maybe after 7 laps or so we could come in and come out in a decent position with clear air, and it will obviously give us plenty of opportunity to improve. But yeah, I'm excited anyway. You know, if we don't score points today, that is what it is. I think we ended up making up the pit stop time last time with the two stop. But this time we've got 2 lots of medium tyres rather than the 2 lots of hards. So yeah, I'm excited. I think we're in a good position in this race, and yeah, we'll see how it all transpires come the end of the Grand Prix. I believe we've got some brand new soft tyres as well, so a full suite of new tyres that can be used. So here we go. Let's get ourselves into this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Can we maybe lead going into the first corner? We'll give it a go.
Incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get a good launch as the race starts. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
The rest of the grid forms up, and we are now ready for the 5 red lights here in Abu Dhabi. Lights out, away we go for the final race of the season. Quick release of the lights, quick start for Max Verstappen as he hurtles towards turn 1. George Russell off to a bit of a slower start, particularly in that second phase, but we managed to slot in right behind him as we start this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Yuki Tsunoda is following us in P4 with Pierre Gasly just behind him in P5. We're onto these long straights for the first time in today's race. 29 laps out there. Certainly a lot can go right, a lot can go wrong in that time. Here comes Yuki Tsunoda with his brand new engine, having a little look down the inside. We leave him racing room, but we know that gives us the inside line and possibly a better run into the next corner. It's a race critical that we stay within 1 second of George Russell here, because here comes Yuki Tsunoda again. Down the inside, he's looking here. We give him racing room, but we are hanging it on the outside here and we managed to stay in front of the Japanese driver, who is going to be retiring at the end of this race. So he is looking to have a really fantastic final Grand Prix of his career. He's had a good season this year, won his first Grand Prix and only Grand Prix to date in Belgium, beating us on the final lap. It was a dominant weekend from us, but a red flag changed it all. And we just didn't have the pace after that red flag. But yeah, as I said, it was race critical that we stayed in the DRS of George Russell. We have not managed to do that, meaning that now it is going to be Yuki Tsunoda with DRS. He is surely going to make that move. Antonelli is there as well. And I would imagine the Italian will also make the move. We're going to stick to the outside line. That gives us the inside of the next corner, so we stay ahead of Antonelli. It will give us DRS on Yuki Tsunoda, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference on the straight, and alas, it does not. Oh wow, massive amount of understeer through that corner, and Antonelli is indeed through. Oh, big lock up. And just letting the tyres go a little bit there. That wasn't good. Just going to check tyre temps. Yeah, we're okay for now. But yeah, we need to settle down into the rhythm of this race, otherwise it's going to get away from us here. We've got Hadja and Lawson in the top 10 as well. They are very, very slow at the moment. Gasly hanging on to our coattails, which is pretty good for his race. Stay close enough to Antonelli here. Yes, I think we're just about in his DRS, which is again critical. You can see massive amount of field spread already because of the 2 RB cars, and that's going to really help us later in this race when we come into the pit lane. Yeah, so lovely corner. We're doing all right here. DRS open. Just trying to settle down into the race here. Yeah, Gasly, he's managed to make it through now with that DRS, but with a good exit here, we should be able to, at the very least, get close to him and maybe make the position back. Gasly holding that position in front. Looks like we've not taken enough wing off this car for it to be quick in a straight line. It's going to be a good run on Pierre Gasly now, and a chance to get past him. Colapinto, meanwhile, has just got past 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. So
keep
both
pushing. We need to reduce the 5-second gap to the
Toyotas up quite high in the points, which is nice to see. And now we're ahead of Pierre Gasly, and it does look like his tyres are dropping off quite significantly, as they will do. I think it's important now that we try and push on and use this free air to our advantage. Here comes Pierre Gasly returning back past us. I don't think this is too bad an idea if we sort of use each other as a bit of a slingshot to get ahead.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
It's probably not a bad idea. As with the DRS, we'll improve each other's race time. A little bit like a peloton, if you like. We're in a breakaway group at the moment.
Box, box, box.
But we're coming into the pits at the end of this lap anyway. We'll come in a lap early. I don't think that's a terrible idea. I think we should come out not even at the back, which I think is pretty good. But there we go, into the pits quite slowly. So, into the pits we come. Hard tyres on, and we are away. That's a nice pit stop.
That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. You only have to stop once now, one stop left.
So through the tunnel we go, and this is going to bring us out alongside one of the Jack Doohan. I thought just in front of Liam Lawson there. We go round the outside, and that's a pretty good move. We've got to be a little bit careful here. Trying not to lose any parts of our front wing or anything. We've got a lot more grip than the guys around us. We're on the hard tyres here. So if these ended up working and not getting a lot of wear, we could take them all the way to the end here, but
okay, this isn't your true position. They haven't
I'm not gonna
yet, so don't waste time fighting.
do that. This could be a chance on Oscar Piastri now. I mean, this shows how much more grip we've got, because Piastri is a quicker car than us, and we were just able to breeze past him. And now here's Alex Albon and some medium tyres, and should be able to make it past him. Goodness me, nearly went into us there. Wow. So Albon into the pit lane. Woo, that was close. Quite a lot of people in the pits actually, so I think there are a few that are going for a two-stop strategy out there today. It's good to see a bit of strategy variation there. Once again, we are chasing two-time world champion Fernando Alonso at a similar stage of the race to what we were doing in Qatar. And there is a lot of field spread. This is exactly what we wanted. Just gives us free air to push as hard as we can and utilise these soft tyres, these brand new hard tyres. So into the pits then. So we pass him. Looks like Sainz and Hamilton in the pits as well. Now we were about 7 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton before we came into the pit lane before. We're well ahead of him at this stage now. But yeah, it looks like people are going to go for that two-stopper rather than the one-stop, so that even helps us even a lot more, to be honest. We had a very strong first stint in terms of pace, so I think the top 5 finish is definitely on the cards here. Whoa. Propelled in the air a little bit there, we were lucky. Still going strong. Well, there goes Franco Colapinto into the pit lane. It looks like Gasly's in as well, and well, you can see how much time we've made on the two of them by coming in just that little bit earlier and pushing hard on these hard tyres. You know, it's quite the undercut, and that's why I think come the end of the race on those fresh medium tyres, we will be absolutely flying. So I'm really, really happy with the decision, and it's nice in these last couple of Grand Prix that we've made that decision to go on to two-stop strategies, and they are working out well. So it's something to consider next season, especially if our pace isn't.
Come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres.
If our pace isn't fantastic at certain races, you know, it's something different that we can try. And yeah, really, really excited to get into that second season and seeing how we get on. Well, some of the other guys have come into the pits. We've just come out behind Yuki Tsunoda here. Got Kimi Antonelli just behind as well. So, I mean, it shows how quick those guys are, doesn't it? That they made a pit stop on me despite me having such a huge undercut on them. But their pace has just been insane. There goes Antonelli, he's through. No point fighting him. It's in a different race.
Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position.
Little bit of argy-bargy with the tyres there. Quick look at the wear. Looks pretty good at the moment. I don't think we'd be able to make it to the end on these. Still half the race to go. I mean, we might be able to, but the tyres would be pretty dead by the end of it. I still think going on to those fresh mediums for the last stint is going to be the quickest way to run this race. Coming into the pits this lap, it's been a bit of a sloppy in lap to be honest with you, but here we come for our second pit stop now. Coming round and in, and hoping for a good pit stop here. And we should come out just behind our teammate, I think. If my calculations are correct. So here we go.
Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew.
Lovely
there,
pit stop there.
That was our last stop. No
So
more
coming
scheduled
round
pit
now.
stops. Let's go.
Brand new medium tyres, of course. We might even come out ahead of some of the other characters. Obviously, we've come out ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He's just come in for his second pit stop, and we are just behind Franco Colapinto. That is exactly where I thought we would come out. 3 seconds behind him then. Fernando Alonso is the car behind us. We have got 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. How far up the order can we get on these tyres? That is the question now. Well, look how quickly we have caught up to Franco Colapinto. 2.5 seconds in a lap. It's pretty amazing. Gonna sort of go slow in, hopefully have fast out here. And look at that, that was a beautiful exit. A little bit of overtake, DRS open. This should be an easy overtake on our teammate and up into 7th position. The only way is up from here. Well, fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We've already pulled out 2 seconds on our teammate Colapinto in that final sector, and we are catching Pierre Gasly at a rate of knots. This is probably going to be a DRS pass where we passed Colapinto. And they use a bit of overtake to get closer. Okay, safety car's out.
Caution, the safety car's out. Keep
wow.
The delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta.
Oh, red flag.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's
wow,
negative.
That has completely changed it then.
Your pace.
Well, I think we want to just stay out there on the mediums, to be honest.
This is a chance to take a breath. We've got another half of this race to go, and there's still a big opportunity there.
Yeah, don't have any softs really. So yeah, I guess just use the mediums that we've just put on. We'll have 5 laps to go. But yeah, that's ruined our strategy.
Deja vu here, but there's a good opportunity to get
Here we go.
spot on. Come
Lights out, away we go. Goodness me, that was a quick release of the lights, and we are underway once again for the final few laps of the season. 3 wide into turn 1. This is absolute madness. We have some guys out there on soft tyres, and that is Yuki Tsunoda down our inside. There's obviously not going to be any DRS here. But yeah, I'm absolutely gutted that I couldn't see how that strategy ended up. But you can see not a lot of tyre wear on these mediums. We'd only just put them on, so they're pretty much brand new. And we just put in fastest lap of the race, so you know our pace should be good. But there goes Yuki Tsunoda, and to be fair, I mean, the guys ahead do look quicker. I have found that the AI do tend to be quicker after a red flag, so we could be in trouble here. I mean, it could be. Now, Franco, he's going to have a brand new set of soft tyres, and they should be all right to last to the end of the race. But I have no idea what other people are doing. Is Tsunoda on new mediums? Really tough to tell.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Probably ask Mark.
Confirmed. We'll
No,
receive you at
that's
the end
not
of
what I
this
want.
lap. Tsunoda's ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums.
Yeah,
Their
fresh
tyres are
mediums,
just
so-
one lap old. Time last lap, 1 minute 30.3.
So yeah, we're in big trouble here. And yeah, for some reason we weren't on hot lap mode with the ERS. No wonder we were losing time to the guys in front, but we're P6. I think we would have finished P5 had that red flag not come out, so we've got to take it as a bit of an opportunity maybe to get a bit further up. Well, I think the 2 Red Bulls and 2 Mercedes are going to be too fast for us out here. But yeah, now we're in the proper ERS mode. Look at this, we are flying again. Yeah, very nearly took the bait there and went into the pits.
Verstappen's just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
So fastest lap from Max Verstappen, and he is absolutely dominating at the moment. 4 laps to go in this season. That is not long at all. We're going to have DRS here. Does allow us to close in on the likes of Gasly here. Look at that. That was a lovely, lovely slow in, fast out corner. DRS is open. And we are past not only Gasly, but also Tsunoda. We take 4th position in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're chasing after Russell and Antonelli now. 3 laps to go after this one. Yuki Tsunoda back through.
Come on, you can win that place back.
Oh, we are going to have DRS again here. Take that shallower line again. Might be able to get back through here on Tsunoda. Oh, it's a bad error from us, so we go into the back of Tsunoda.
Okay, you've got front wing damage, but only have a few laps left. If you can live with it, stay out.
And that's going to cost us 4th place, but we might still be okay to finish in P5. We've got Lando Norris behind us right now. But that was bad, wasn't it? We just were a little bit eager. Tsunoda broke a little bit earlier, probably to try and get a good run on Russell. And look how wide we've gone there. There goes Norris through. Yeah, we haven't got any grip. We haven't got any grip at all. Colapinto is just behind us. Well, what a sad end of the season this is going to be. That red flag. I'm going to rue it forever if we don't end up finishing in P6 here. I'm hoping that the tyres are going to drop off. The soft tyre runners very, very soon. And to be fair, you know, we're catching up to these guys in front because they're battling still. So Norris is having a look at George Russell here. They're going to be 3 wide into this corner. This is going to be very, very close. Can we keep with this battle? If we can stay within DRS, then that's going to be crucial because there's only going to be 1 lap to go here. It's going to be an exciting end to this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We will stay with the action here all the way to the finish. And you can just about see we've got tyres here. Any right corner is going to be fine. It's the left corners that we are struggling with right now. Little bit of ERS to give us a boost down the pit straight. Now this is where we struggled last lap. We take it a little bit slower this time, and that's okay. Oh no! 3-second penalty! No!
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down,
well,
let's get it done.
That is probably going to mean that we finish outside the points. We'll let Colapinto go and try and get ourselves another place, but this is ridiculous. Let's try and battle with these guys and help Colapinto out. But yeah, 3 seconds is going to take us out of the points, isn't it? Which is a really disappointing end of the season. I was trying to take the corner early so that we could make it round. And there goes Leclerc as well, so yeah. A disappointing end to the season. It was a really fabulous race up to that point. Max Verstappen wins the last race here in Abu Dhabi. But that red flag changed everything. And I don't even think it was a case of somebody being out of the race. But yeah, we're going to finish in a lowly 14th.
The checkered flag is out. We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
Well, great victory today for the final race of the season, and you take that energy with you through the end of the year, through the winter break, and it's important because your team lives off of that. You want them to deliver you the best possible car for the start of next season's campaign.
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. One of the all-time greats celebrates yet again. It's another podium, it's another top step for Max Verstappen.
Well,
And
that's
that,
the end of
ladies and
season one.
gentlemen, is a wrap. What a season it's been. I'm off to put my feet up now before it all starts again next year. Take care.
So Max Verstappen wins the last race of the season ahead of Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli in second. Norris finishes third ahead of Tsunoda in fourth. Russell finishes in fifth. Colapinto an excellent sixth to finish off the season. Leclerc finishes seventh ahead of Hamilton. Piastri finishes a disappointing ninth ahead of Pierre Gasly. Rounding out the top 10, we finish in 14th place. But if you look at the lap times, you know, we were quicker than everybody out there, bar Max Verstappen. Had it not been for the red flag, which I don't know what caused the red flag. What was it, lap 22? It will have been... I think the safety car came out about here, did it? Let's have a little look at our dashboard. Yes, you can see yellow flags. So, is it Jack doing? Maybe? Yeah, well, yes. What happened then? So Jack doing. So, just like Nicholas Latifi in 2021, it was somebody that was in a race of their own that lost it, I think, at the same corner. Yep. Oh, well. Now, does that need a safety car? I'm not certain it does. You know, he is just stopped there. Safety car deployed. And he's just taking forever to get going again. What's he doing? And then the red flag comes out because I guess they think that he's just stuck there. But really, he's just being an idiot. Just get moving. What's he doing? And then there you go, red flag. And that absolutely ruins our race. But it is what it is. Standings end then with Max Verstappen on top of the world. Andrea Kimi Antonelli finishes in 8th place. Good end of the season for Kimi Antonelli. We finish in 9th and 10th in the end. Constructor standings, we finish in excellent 5th. Red Bull dominating the championship. They lead the way and every team scores, which is nice to see. Aston Martin finish ahead of Alpine. But yeah, it's been a great season. Let's advance now. Season strategist. A shame that we couldn't finish well, because it was a really good strategy. But there you go. We've completed the first season, which is nice. Upped our fan sentiment a little bit as well, which is good to see. And let's round everything off then. At the end of this year, heading back to headquarters. Is anything going to happen? Doesn't look like it. So Haas have signed Zane Maloney. I don't really care about that. We've got Hülkenberg and Russell coming. That's going to be awesome. Right, quick look at messages then. Points on the board. Season's completed milestone, which is good. We can do some more research at the end of the season. Maybe do some chassis stuff. Maybe not. Maybe just stick with the durability stuff for now until next season starts, because we don't want to be in a position where we have to adapt a part as soon as we've made it. Yeah, these look like they're going to be done very soon, so that's all looking good, as is that. And I think we're ready to rock and roll for the end of the season. Let's see what is coming up, can we? Yes. I think we'll just advance towards the end of this season and pick up in the next episode.
Hey Chief, engineering need your attention.
That was a server crash, okay. So we can save the part data or the performance data. Let's go for the performance data. Messages, driver sign in, that's fine. We should be able to... Oh, we've got development here. This is good. Okay, so we can do some of that. Dual develop that. We can rush it, but we're not going to do that. We can just do standard. Durability-wise, we should be able to get our new development done just before the end of the season, which is nice. Yeah, that's all looking good. And we'll have a look in a minute. Another message. Ah, there you go. So Tsunoda has retired from the sport. Definitely the end of an era, apparently. And they'll be missed on the track. They'll still be around the paddock, and it could be interested. Maybe sending a message or gift could open doors for future collaboration opportunities. Okay. We probably need to sort out the facilities somewhat, don't we? Unlock a new development focus. Wow. Yeah, we want to do that. Reduce the time it takes to develop updates by 15%. I think that's good as well. Personnel stuff. Do that. Yep, nice. Okay. The corporate is already there. Let's have a quick look at development. Just double check everything is on schedule. Which it is. We might be able to squeeze one more bit of research in this season. Let's see. 2,000 research points. Wow. That's an expensive development, isn't it? I don't actually think we can afford any of these. No. Okay. Right. So let's keep continuing on then. What do they want? Okay, wow. 250 points gained. That gives us 1,000. Does that mean that we are ready to rock and roll? I'm not sure. Let's have a look at facility improvements. Contract negotiation. What was it that I wanted to look at? The research, wasn't it? Let's see if there's any things we can do. I don't think there is. We must be pretty close to some of them. 1.9, that is. 2. 1.4. No. And that was 2,000, wasn't it? Yeah, so, no, we haven't got enough. But that's absolutely fine. That's, I think, going to be the end of Season 1 then. We'll advance it on one more. There you go. There's the season. All done. And very exciting to move on to next season then. So that is where we're going to leave it for today. Thank you very much for your support this season. That is how the championship finishes up. I'm really excited to see where we will stand next season after all of the development over the winter with our new driver lineup of Nico Hülkenberg and George Russell. Where will the rest of the drivers on the grid stack up? Who will replace Yuki Tsunoda at Red Bull? Who will replace George Russell at Mercedes? Lots of of questions to be answered, and that's all going to be in the next episode. So if you've enjoyed that, give it a massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.